Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Blake?
What? Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is right here. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to do a two-part video. The first part is going to be, I want to share with you, I read a thing today that was probably one of the clearest, most direct, concise explanations of why Scientologists do not report other Scientologists to the authorities for crimes. And this description and explanation goes beyond the simple fact of that you're not allowed to. Like, we all know, most of us know by this point, that it is against Scientology policy to ever report another Scientologist to the authorities. But the reason why Scientologists don't do it goes beyond the mere fact of it's against the rules. And I want to share with you what this explanation is. This explanation was published in a short anonymous interview on the Underground Bunker blog this morning. The person providing this explanation is still a Scientologist. That's why it's anonymous. This person is also a former Sea Org member, and this person was providing some information about what it's like in Scientology right now, the atmosphere, the chatter regarding the Danny Masterson trial and things like this. So here's the explanation. I'm excerpting a part of the interview. Here's the explanation that was given. In general, Scientology's dirty laundry is supposed to be kept within Scientology. You don't want to let anything out that would taint or harm Scientology's reputation. This is a very big deal. Even on the way to becoming a Sea Org member, you'll listen to a lecture from L. Ron Hubbard called It is a PRO World. PRO means Public Relations Officer. So PR is huge. They believe that they are man's only salvation, and so are the only ones who can truly rid a person of their sinful desires and actions. They tell you that falling into the WOG legal or justice system, WOG is Scientology's word for non-Scientology. So falling into the WOG legal or justice system opens the door to bad handlings, leading to an unrehabilitated person who will continue committing crimes. Or they could end up in the very evil hands of psychiatry, where they will forever lose their minds. Scientology is the only thing that will rehabilitate a person. This idea of condemning another to this is quite enough for most to not report something to WOG authorities. You don't want to completely destroy someone when you have the only technology to save them. This would make you just as evil as the person who committed the crime. Of course, in the case that this doesn't weigh on your conscience enough, you face the fact that Scientology considers these high crimes, and so you will be excommunicated, declared suppressive, and that means any of your family, friends, coworkers, etc. that want to remain connected to the organization will have to cut ties with you. The longer you've been in Scientology, the more you have to lose. Also, if it moves into the category of an attack on the organization, such as hitting the media, you are now subject to attacks back from Scientology. Fair game, as you've heard. Scientology will view many things as an attack, as I'm sure you know. So listening to the women say they didn't come forward due to Scientology, I think it's hard to really understand when you haven't been in that headspace before. To get the courage to go outside of Scientology to seek justice, if you haven't already lost everyone, you have to be prepared for that to occur. And for a second generation member like Jane Doe 1, that could be everything you've known and just about everyone you are related to, friends with, or acquainted with. You have to be prepared to have your own family publicly attack you. You have to be ready for them to take things that you brought up in counseling that you understood to be confidential and use it to portray a bad characterization of you. I have seen things get exaggerated or twisted to make them sound worse. It's a lot to have to experience. So I thought it was worth repeating what was, sharing it with you guys, repeating what's here. The fact of the other layer, like the point that you have the first layer, which is it's against the rules. But then you have what stands behind that, or depending on how you want to think about it, what actually stands in front of it. Because telling someone it's against the rules, that's not the first thing you do in Scientology. The first thing you do is get them to understand that Scientology's belief system itself about the effectiveness of Scientology and the ineffectiveness of what they call the WOG justice system, that is the reason why you wouldn't report someone to the authorities. And it's even easier to control people's behavior when what you're manipulating is their belief about the very subject of Scientology itself, or the very nature of existence. Because when you're dealing with someone's level of belief in Scientology, you are dealing with their understanding of the nature of existence, such as the evil role that Scientologists believe the criminal justice system plays because of the psychiatric influence. And most of you watching this channel know that Scientologists see psychiatrists as the evilmost beings in this entire universe. So, I know a lot of people can have, it can be hard to understand, how does Scientology control its members successfully the way that they do? Why do Scientologists follow these rules when these rules don't serve their interests very well? And I think this helps bring it into focus a little more, how Scientology is able to manipulate behavior by using the core beliefs of Scientology itself and not just the list of rules of what Scientologists are allowed to do or not allowed to do. So anyway, I thought that was a really great explanation and I wanted to share that with you. The second part of this video is really cracking me up. Have you guys ever heard excerpts from Scientology's big events? And there's this guy who does these voiceovers with this really kind of wild, exaggerated, weird voice. If I can find a clip for it, I'm going to show it right here.
We are dauntless. We are defiant. We are the most resolute group this world has ever seen. We are the IAS.
Well, that guy's name is Jeff Pomeranz. And Jeff Pomeranz has recorded and published some videos recently for Scientology, making clear his displeasure of the bigotry that has been leveled or levied at Scientology in the Los Angeles mayoral race. Let me show you what he has recorded for Scientology and what's been published, and then I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why I find this to be just absolutely hilarious.
My name is Jeff Pomeranz, and I've been a Scientologist for 51 years. My wife and I have 6 children. All 6 chose to become Scientologists. And my grandchildren are also Scientologists. The thing I'm very proud of about this religion is that it is inclusive. So in reference to the statement by Rick Caruso and by Karen Bass, I cannot communicate how deeply offended I am by the positions and the actions you have taken. There is no way, I cannot find the words to describe it. It is so totally un-American, so totally against everything this country stands for. I am abhorred by what you have both done. If either of you knew what Scientology actually is and does, you would be ashamed beyond belief. You've made statements about our creed. In it, it states that all men of whatever race, creed, or color have equal rights. How can you possibly be against that? My name is...
How can you be against the thing that we say we're about, even though it's not what we're about? How can you be against it? Oh, Lord.
Jeff Pomeranz. I am a Scientologist, and I am offended by you both, and I abhor the lack of integrity that you have shown.
Okay, so one of the reasons I find this so hilarious, Scientology has this thing they call Glutz PR, and it's a negative term, and it's when you're trying to put out something that's supposed to give you good PR, but it does the exact opposite. To me, that's what this is. And the reason I say that is because, Scientology, and I'm talking about Glutz PR to its own internal members, not to the outside world. When Scientology is talking about all of the things they do to use Scientology to improve society, reduce crime, literacy, reduce crime, improve literacy rates, reduce drug use rates, reduce criminality. Scientology doesn't really do any of these things. but it spends a lot of time and effort convincing its members that they do, and also convincing its members that their sphere of influence, Scientology's sphere of influence, has been growing and growing and growing, and to practically taking over countries, practically having presidents and, well, dictators of some countries adopting Scientology solutions for countrywide. And yet here in the city of Los Angeles, in a city that's known to have more Scientologists living in it than any other city in the world, more than Clearwater. On a per capita basis, Clearwater probably has more Scientologists, but just on a straight number basis, Los Angeles definitely has more Scientologists. In a city where they have been for, gosh, I don't know, probably 70 plus years now, both mayoral candidates have been saying horrible things about Scientology. How does Scientology explain to its own members, right? Its own members, after dozens and dozens of years of pretending that they were essentially taking over the halls of power and becoming a force to be reckoned with, civically, socially, politically. Not only are there no Scientologists running for mayor, not only has a Scientologist never been mayor of Los Angeles, a Scientologist has never even tried to run for mayor of Los Angeles, and Scientology has failed to safe point or make allies out of either of the candidates who are running for mayor of Los Angeles. And that's what I mean when I say Glutz PR, is Scientology is basically promoting to all Scientologists in Los Angeles and around the world that both candidates for mayor absolutely hate Scientology. That is Glutz PR. Because I guarantee you, Scientologists, most Scientologists around the world, have no idea what's happening in the Los Angeles mayor's race. Most Scientologists in Los Angeles probably have no idea what's happening in the Los Angeles mayor's race. But Scientology is making sure that now they all do know that both candidates for LA mayor absolutely hate Scientology. Now, the election already happened. Karen Bass won the election, is the new mayor of Los Angeles. And now all Scientologists know that Karen Bass hates Scientology. Congratulations, Scientology. Good job on getting the message out. If they didn't already know, now they definitely know. This video and others like them were produced by a front group Scientology created called Stand League, a relatively new, more recent front group they created specifically to target media outlets who report on the abuse and destructive practices of Scientology. So if you go to the Stand League website, you can see these videos. The one with Jeff Pomeranz isn't the only one, but they are all as equally hilarious. So that is all I have on that, you guys. Before I go, let me once again remind you guys, if you want one of these super handsome little mini Mike Rinder bobbleheads, jump on over to the spshop.com and get yourself one, or maybe get yourself two. 100% of the proceeds from the SP shop go to the Aftermath Foundation. Mike Rinder is on the board of the Aftermath Foundation, as am I, and the Aftermath Foundation helps people who are escaping from Scientology. We've had some phenomenal successes recently that hopefully you will be able to hear about soon. All right, everybody, that is all I've got. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye!